hell am I doing? And tonight, we're here doing spicy sports betting. Yeah, I know some of you might have been hoping that we're doing another Abandon Explore. No, that's tomorrow night. Make sure you tune in tomorrow night live, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll be doing a premiere of my third episode of Urban Exploring. So make sure you guys tune in tomorrow, Sunday night, July 3rd, 8 p.m. and join me live for the premiere for that. I do appreciate everybody who's checked out those videos. Obviously, I promised you guys something new. That's what was new, and the first video did very well, and the second video started out very well as well. So I appreciate everybody who's checked those out. It means a lot. So make sure you hit the like button in every video, including this one. Make sure if you haven't subscribed, subscribe, and please leave a comment because it helps get the channel traffic, and I'm trying to get more traffic. So please help me get traffic by doing those things for me, and I'm sure things will get even better. But yeah. Make sure you tune in tomorrow night. We'll be doing another premiere. But for tonight, we got to do some spicy sports bets. It's been a couple of weeks. It's a big UFC. I decided to make it a Super Saturday. We're going to do 3 bets tonight. I almost did 4, but I think one fight's such a toss-up that I'm going to leave it off and just enjoy the fight. But we will do 3. I will risk my bum for you, like usual. So let's get right down to it. The first fight of the night, which I'm interested in, is Robbie Lawler versus Bryan Barberena. Or Barberena, sorry. Bam Barberena, I believe his nickname is. And, this is an interesting fight. Both guys have hands, obviously. Robbie Lawler used to be the champion, the welterweight champion, and he was quite a knockout artist for a while. And I liked him as a heavyweight, or as the heavyweight, as the welterweight champion. Sorry, I'm flying off the seat of my pants as usual. I did like him as a champion. I thought he was exciting. I thought he brought it. So, that was a guy that I like getting behind. And he's a good guy in general. And now he's getting older, but I think his last fight showed he's still got some left in the tank. And the UFC, I think, is trying to use him to prop up Barberena or anybody else, or maybe get them an opportunity to look good so they can fight somebody a little better. Kind of like a gatekeeper, I think. But I think that's dangerous. I don't think he's quite a gatekeeper. I think he's not going to run for it again. But, he's still got some fights and some excitement left. And he could probably have name fights if he wanted. It has been a while since he fought. He could be rusty. And obviously a lot of things can change at his age. But I think Robbie Lawler is still a real fierce competitor. And I think he still got it. He showed Nick Diaz what's up in their last fight. And I mean, that wasn't a great version of Nick Diaz, but Robbie can still hammer you. And if you can't put him away, he's going to put you away. And I think that's what's going to happen tonight. So I'm going to bet on Robbie Lawler winning the fight. And I'm going to bet, we'll start light on this one. Let's start 2 big spoonfuls of my Champ Sauce 2 Division Champ, which is my hottest hot sauce, by the way. It's insane. So I'll do 2 big spoonfuls of that if Bryan Barberena should beat Robbie Lawler. Okay? The next fight we're going to do is the... let's do Israel Adesanya versus Cannonier. I think this fight's going to be an interesting fight. Cannonier can obviously hurt him if he gets any contact. If he can get him cornered, if he can beat him up, he can beat him. But that being said, I think Israel is too advanced. I think he's, when they had the stare down yesterday, I wasn't really sure what I was thinking about this fight going in. And I'm not going to mention the curse because I don't care about that crap. But, I did have some doubt in my mind about how Adesanya could perform in this fight, especially if Cannonier can get him to the ground. But I think Adesanya is too lanky. I think he's too long. When they faced off yesterday, I just think he looked too tall. I think he's too long. I think he's going to be too quick, and he's going to just have too much of a reach and a height advantage that he might be able to negate any close combat. I could be completely wrong, and he might get dominated. But I don't know. Something about that really didn't sit right with me. And when a guy is that much taller than somebody else, he should really have a real advantage. And Adesanya has got such a skill level difference on his feet from most of the guys that he's ever faced, or against anybody that's ever faced anybody he's ever faced. I just think that combined with an extreme lanky advantage like that, it's just going to be too much for Cannonier. You know, Cannonier might have some success. They might be able to get him on the cage or take him down once or twice. But you know, the longer the fight goes, I think Adesanya will just get smarter and he'll start picking him apart more and more. I don't know if he'll finish him, but he's definitely going to win. So I'm going to bet. I'll bet a dried. Have we done a dried Leviathan before? I don't think we have. I'll do a dried Leviathan if Adesanya is to lose this fight. Those are pretty hot. So that'll be my punishment if Cannonier should beat Israel Adesanya. And for the final bet, this is a tough one for me because the last two fights I thought were pretty close. I'm doing the final fight is going to be Max Holloway and Alexander Volkanovski, with Alexander being the champ and being the winner of the first two fights. It's still an interesting fight because the first two were close. However, the first one I think might have been closer, or at least a better showing for Max. I think the more rounds that Alexander Volkanovski sees against Max, the more he figures him out, and the better he starts to look. So I know Max is going to be very aggressive. I know he's fired up for this fight. I know he's bringing the best version of himself, and obviously he's got that belief that he's going to win, and that's what a champ should do. But you know, it won't surprise me at all if Max Holloway does win the fight. You know, because part of my problem with this one is that I have a hard time seeing him lose 3 fights in a row. I just have a hard time seeing that happen. However, Volkanovski seems to have his number, and he seems to be a little more skilled, a little bit better at everything else that Max is good at. I just, you know, they're very close to each other, but I just think Volkanovski might be that step better. I think he just might be a little better, or maybe, you know, Max is starting to decline a bit. I don't know. But like I said, if Max were to pull off a win, it wouldn't surprise me. I bet you if they fought 10 times, you know, you'd see it's a fairly close thing, 6-4, 5-5, you know, something like that. I think that's what would happen. But, you know, like I said, it's hard to see Max going 0-3. But that being said, I think he is going to lose. I think Volkanovski does have his number. I think he's just slightly better. And I think it's going to be a good fight, but ultimately I think you're going to see Volkanovski ultimately win the fight. So, you know what, I'm going to put it on the line. I'll put a quarter dropper of the peppermint death shots. Yeah, even though it's a close fight, it's a coin toss. Even though it's a coin toss, I'm going to do that for you guys. I'm going to make a crazy bet because I want to entertain you guys and I want this channel to grow. So I believe he's going to win, and I'm willing to put that on the line. So I'll do a quarter dropper of the death shots should Alexander Volkanovski lose the fight. All right, so there you have it. I'll do some champ sauce on if Lawler loses. I'll do some dried Leviathan if Israel loses, and I'll do peppermint death shots if Alex loses. Okay. Well, it could be a real shitty day next week, huh? I guess we'll see what happens tonight. But in the meantime, make sure you guys tune in tomorrow for the live premiere. It's very important you do. 8 p.m. Go sign up now. Hit the like button now. Get notified. Be there. Join me at 8 o'clock. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Like the video. Check out the last video, which was my Explore last week. And check out this random video here. And we'll see you tomorrow night on my next Explore video. And then we'll see you next week, depending on what happens with the fights tonight. Thanks for tuning in.